Okay, 7th grade. Today I'm going to quickly demo to you guys how to start your shoe redesign. So hopefully you can pull this up in your Google Classroom to review back. You should all have an icon that looks like this on your iPad. It says Sketchbook Express. Okay, so you're going to pull that up, and hopefully you have already done your first step, which is where you have taken a photo of your shoe. Okay, and when you take the photo of your shoe, I'm going to show you one that I did here. Okay. You need to make sure it's like a side view, all right? When you guys pull this up originally, you're just going to see all this gallery stuff, and you're going to need to add your photo, okay? So you will have to go into where it says Flower Plus, pull up Photo Library, okay? Because your image just goes naturally into there, and pull that image off your camera roll right there, which you can hopefully see, all right? So you guys will have to do that. Mine is already up here, okay? Once you have selected it, it will appear in your gallery, which is this menu. Then you select it, and so it's blue outline, and you hit edit, which is the upper right hand corner. Now mine came up upside down, so let's go over your tools. Some of you have used this before, some of you haven't, okay? The top right is your layers button, okay? You'll be using this a lot because we'll be using layers to trace your shoe, okay? Flower Plus means you add a photo in here. This means you copy a photo. This means you add a layer, okay? These three buttons allow you to transform or rotate and enlarge your image. So I'm going to hit transform. Free transform allows me to pan and zoom the shoe to where I need it. Once I'm done and it's where I want, I hit done in the upper right hand corner, okay? This is your mirror button. Make sure that it's not on. If you have it like that and you see two repeating images, you're going to be copying everything you draw. So make sure that it's off while you are starting this. This is your drawing. If you're freehand drawing, you want it on the squiggly line. These give you those shapes. And then this is your tools choice, okay? So for what you're doing today, which is the first step, which is tracing your shoe, we will pick a pencil, and for your tool, you're going to go over here to the diamond, pull that circle down to the bottom of your diamond so you are using just plain black, okay? Make sure your opacity is all the way up so you're drawing a black line. If you have it down, see how it kind of goes gray and it won't be solid. Radius, make sure your radius is kind of low. The smaller the radius, the more accurate your drawing is. Okay, so now I'm ready to almost start tracing. Before I trace, I need to be able to create a layer that I can separate from this photo. So I'm going to go to my layers button. Think of this as if I had a photo and I put a new piece of paper over top to trace it. Okay? I would then be able to separate that new piece of paper from my photo. So that's what I'm going to do here. All right? So I have my photo. Yours looks like this. I'm going to hit my plus sign, and you can see it comes up with a checkered layer. That means it's clear. There's nothing on there. I want to make sure it's above my drawing. I want to make sure I have selected this layer. If you selected it, it's blue. If I select the shoe, it's blue. If you do all your drawing and you're on your photo, yeah, well, sorry, you're going to have to start over because you can't separate your drawing from your photo. So make sure your clear layer is selected with a blue outline. Double check that. Okay, now I will go to my shoe. I'm going to kind of pan in and zoom. The more you zoom in, the more accurate you can be. And I'm going to trace along the outside edges of my shoe. I want to try and get all contours and edges that I can get. Make sure that all of your spaces are closed. So see right here, if I zoom in, I can tell that that space is not closed. So bring it down and close it. You can also use the arrow up here to go back a brush stroke if you need to. Okay? So I need to trace all areas. The sole of the shoe. Okay? I expect you guys to take your time and go a little bit slower if you can. Okay? Sometimes when you're trying to zoom in, it thinks you're trying to draw. See, if I zoom in, I can be a little more accurate. Okay? So I just go all the way around the shoe. Hopefully you can see that. Kind of zoom out and just pan around as I go. All right. If you have just one little area like that that's messed up, select your eraser tool and just erase it. Okay, now I fixed that little area, go back, select my pencil tool. I'm going to go all the way around again. This is why you want to use black, because it shows up the best. Okay, I want to get the edge of the white sole here, so I'm going to trace along there. Again, being as accurate as I can. If you need to erase something, go back and erase it. Here I have a space that's not closed, okay? And I want to fix that little area where they join anyways. So just erase it, get my pencil, and now connect it, all right? Now, I would probably spend a little more time getting the stitches and stuff on here too, because that will look really nice. But I kind of want to go ahead and get you guys to the next step, in case some of you are ready for that. Some of you will be ready for the next step, you know, right away this first day. Some of you are going to need to take more time tracing. Really depends on your shoe. You can even trace the logos. Remember, as a part of this assignment, and hopefully you've all viewed the PowerPoints, you have to have a slogan, you have to have 3 descriptors, okay, and you have to have a background. So you are redesigning your shoe here to market it to a new audience. So think about what you're going to do with that. All right, so I could maybe trace the pink line down here. That would probably be what I would suggest to you, and the stitches, or do something with that. Now I want to check my layers, and if I pull it up, hopefully you can see on there there's a very small sketch of my line drawing I just did, and you can see it's separate from my photo. Okay, you can use the little eyes here. If I hit the eye, what it does is it hides my layer for just a few minutes. It's still there. I haven't deleted it. Okay, you can do this to check and see how your drawing is coming along. Okay, if you need to correct something, hit the eye again, and now you see your photo. Once you're completely done, go ahead and delete that layer. Okay, so now this next step would be what you would do once you have everything completely traced. You're going to check and make sure all your spaces are closed, okay? If you ever use paint bucket filler, it does not work if you have anything that is open. So see right here on the tip of my shoe is open. Every space must be completely closed. All right? Oh, and that one's still open right there. If it's not closed, you will paint bucket fill the whole background, and that's really annoying. All right? Now what I'm going to do, go back to my tools, and I can select, if you look here, there's one that is a paint bucket. I select that, and I move the circle in the middle to control the value of the color. I move the outside circle to control the color. Now I select an area, and I flood fill it with that color. Okay, and this is where you get to be creative and kind of redesign different parts of your shoe. All right, so you can see I did that there. Okay, now let me show you if you want to, I don't know, let's say I want to add stripes to this or something. I'm going to flood fill that white again. Okay, and go back to my pencil, make sure my radius is small. And this is just to kind of like, if you want to really do some cool stuff with it. Okay, you should be able to draw on here. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Oh, it's because I have selected the color white. Well, there you go. Okay, so I could draw, you know, I don't know, some swirls or something, because I want to redesign the shoe. I don't want to just do the same thing that was already there. I mean, that's already done. So do something different. And what I'm doing here is just making sections, because if I make sections, I can fill those different colors, and that gives me a lot more options for redesign. So I can do something kind of abstract, okay, something like that, I suppose. I'll just do it that way for now. I'd want to clean up this edge here. Okay, go back to my pencil. Okay, so let me zoom out. So all I did was just make some shapes on there. I made sure my shapes are closed. And now that just gives me more options for how to decorate and redesign the shoe. Oops, make sure I'm on my paint bucket, not my eraser. So now I can flood fill little areas. See how that changes the whole dynamics of the shoe. So that's another thing you can try, is drawing shapes on top of what you already have there. And that just really gives you more options, okay? So this is your step for the end of day 1 and 2. Once you have your shoe all flood filled, then I'm going to show you how to do the background next.